All right. So in the last video, I explained there are two things that sort of help me with consistency and sort of get over my fear and anxiety of doing hard work. Now, in the first video, I explained about identity, and this is the second lesson I learned. Now, before I dive into it, again, just like last video, dislike this video right now. You heard me right. And what you're going to do is you're going to implement what I tell you. And then once that changes your life, you're going to come back and you're going to like this video. Anyways, let's dive right into it. So the entire lesson I want you to get out of this video is your beliefs dictate your actions. All right, that's it. You could just leave now. That's all you have to hear. No, I'm just kidding. But let me explain. You see, what I noticed is when you believe something is possible, you try. And if you don't, you just stop there and you never end up trying. See, I still remember I got into the world of business when I was in 10th grade. And I remember telling a bunch of friends about it, like, oh, come join me. Let's do this. Let's get into business. Let's build something. And they all told me, all right, calm down, buddy. You're 15. Don't be an idiot. Just go through school. Don't try anything else. Just calm down. And I remember none of them tried. None of them tried to even do anything. I was foolish enough to believe in my heart and soul that I could make it, and so I tried. And I pray that I stay foolish my entire life because I found a way. I made it, and right now I'm facilitating transactions of multi-million-dollar yachts. So I believed I could do this, and so my actions aligned with that. None of the others believed they could do this, so none of them even tried. They failed at step 0, not even step 1. See, a lot of times before we even try a challenge, before we can even face it, we say, yep, this isn't possible, before we even try. The biggest illusion ever is saying that this can't be done. The biggest illusion. And see, the lesson here is you have to believe in your heart and soul that yes, I could do this, and I can achieve it, and I can achieve it, and not just saying it, but you have to truly believe it. Like, no matter what anyone tells you, your confidence is unshakable. Your belief in it is unshakable. And trust me, guys, if you can get that covered, you could do anything you want. I know it might seem like some wishy-washy stuff again, but just believe in what you're doing and you'll be able to do this. So, how can you do this exactly? Again, what's the practical advice? So, again, show yourself stacks of undeniable proof that your beliefs are true. Just like before, with your identity, show yourself stacks of undeniable proof. For example, find someone who has done it before. Let's say you're trying to get into the yachting industry, which is mainly my audience, but this is speaking to everyone in general, but mainly targeting yacht brokers. So let's say you want to get into the yachting industry in Florida or Fort Lauderdale, one of the most competitive places out there. You might think, oh yeah, that's impossible. Let me just stay in my humble little state or my humble little city and just not try to scale up. But then compare yourself to someone who has done it. Find people who started in your state or your city, or even find someone who started new and made it. And then just don't even copy them. Just use them as an example. Show yourself that proof, that stacks of undeniable proof that they made it. So your belief must be false because you believe you can't. And that way you show yourself proof that yes, you can make it. And that's what you'll believe. Something else is show yourself small little wins that when they compound will basically hit your goal. For example, my goal was to hit 100 cold calls, like I said in the last video. If I showed myself that I could do 10 cold calls, that was enough to instill the belief in me that I could do 100. Because if I could do 10, I could just spend a little bit more time and then do 100. And so another thing is, show yourself tiny little wins that compound into your goal. You want to become a yacht broker? Show yourself, just prove that you could do it. Not even a listing you sold. Just show yourself proof that if you were in a conversation you had. Something I noticed is in the yachting industry, we always talk about yachts. Like, so if you sit with me and we talk about yachts, we could spend days. So prove to yourself that you can make it in this industry by remembering a conversation you had that showed how professional you are in the yachting industry. That alone could give you this belief that, like, yeah, I know this much about yachting, so I definitely can make it. You got to believe in your heart and soul that you can make it. Second, just be foolish enough to believe that. It might seem like delusion, but let's say you're 20. You're starting off in the yachting industry. You got your license if you're in Florida and California, but you're just starting off in the yachting industry. If you tell yourself, yep, there's no way I can make it, it's too saturated, all the other yacht brokers are getting the leads, you won't make it. But if you tell yourself, hell, I just graduated high school, I'm going to uni, I just got my license, I'm foolish enough to believe that, yes, I can make it and I could beat all these guys, then you will. And some of you might say, well, oh, that won't be possible. I can't compete with these big companies. Well, yeah, you can. You actually have a better advantage. Let's say you're a new and up-and-coming yacht broker. You have an advantage where you can give your clients special supervision. Because a yacht broker who's working with 30 listings won't be able to give each listing special attention, but you can. So what I'm trying to say here is No matter where you are, you can always shift your beliefs to work in your favor, so you could believe in your heart and soul that you could get to where you want to go. See, this is how it goes. These are like the steps of getting to something. The first step is believing you can do it. This is step zero. You can't move on to step one unless you get that covered. Because if you don't believe you can do it, you will never try. Step one is you try narrowing down the problem and do everything you can. Just like I mentioned. Oh, the first belief was I can't make it in the yachting industry, it's too saturated. Okay, step zero was believe that I can. Step one was, yeah, I can make it in the yachting industry. Because if I target yacht owners who want special attention for their listing, I could definitely get them. Because these big brokers, no way they could actually give them that amount of service because they don't have the time for it, but I do. So that's step number one. Narrow it down, give yourself more strong backed beliefs that yes, you can make it and yes, you have an advantage. Step two is failing. See, what's going to happen is you're probably going to get some failures along the way. Actually, that's an understatement. You're going to get a lot of failures along your way, and you're going to be 3 years in your journey, and you're going to be wondering, why am I this stupid? Why am I this crazy? What am I doing? It's painful, but you know what you have to do? Just keep going and keep your beliefs strong. And why do you keep going? Again, because you believe in it and you believe in your heart and soul that you could do it. Step three, finally, you make it past the valley of despair, which is what I just explained, and you finally could achieve that goal. You see, most of us think that something will be, actually, most of us think things will be hard. But once it starts feeling hard, we just give up. But this is what hard feels like. This is what you signed up for. Push through, believe in your heart and soul that you can make it, and believe me, your actions will reflect that. So, I want to end this video with a quote. So, our beliefs dictate our actions, and our so if you control your beliefs, you can control your actions. And a quote from Steve Jobs, who I hope most of you guys know, he said, "Those people who are crazy enough to believe that they can change the world are the ones who will change it." So, to end this, just change your beliefs. Believe in your heart and soul that you can make it, and you will. Cheers.